Content creation is the new gold rush, and the most successful people during the gold rush were not the ones who were mining for the gold, but actually the ones who were providing the tools and the clothes and the infrastructure for the gold rush. And that's who we are as content creators. Now, I built a business that generates over $25,000 a month. I don't have to chase any brand deals. I don't have to grow a following or post every day. In this video, I'm gonna break down why this model is set to explode in 2026. But before that, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Matt Maniego. I've been a professional content creator since 2010, and I work with some of the world's largest sports brands. In the last 2 years, I figured out how to automate this content for my clients. And this side hustle is actually outpacing my actual hustle. I have way more consistent income now than I've ever had in the last 15 years because of this side hustle that I created using the content automation engine. And I want to share the system with you guys. Now you're probably curious as to, what does this cost? You could build this business for under $500 a month. Most people think that this requires like a full-on agency to be doing what I'm doing, but I don't have an office. You could see I'm in my home. I just have one simple product offering, and I have a handful of clients, and we charge them a monthly retainer. And I'm going to show you guys how to build this team today. Now, if you're a solo content creator and you have inconsistent income, it's probably because you're offering something that's just project-based. The switch flipped for me when I started offering a content delivery system. Now, what that means is creating content consistently month to month. So here's a simple system that I use that will help you generate monthly recurring revenue. And we'll go through that in 5 easy steps. The first step is really to pick a niche. Whether you're a wedding filmmaker or you create content with food. For example, in my case, I create sports content. So you probably already figured that part out. So step 2 is to create a single offer. And I'll give you an example of that. That's creating 8 videos per month, edited and delivered. Simple as that. And you can think of one that's in your niche, and you could customize it to your niche. So your offer can be as simple as we create videos for you every month consistently. So step 3 is to price it at a price point that makes sense for the content that you're making. So in my case, I'm in sports content. The demand for content is pretty high, so we're able to charge a premium for it. But if you have clients that have a podcast or they post on Instagram consistently, they might have a YouTube channel, that's like the perfect place to start. You can scale this price point to fit within your niche. For us, we started this at $2,500 a month, but for you, it could be $1,000, it could be $500. For example, if you have a client that has a podcast, that could be 1 video a week. You could charge $200 to $300 per video. If you have a restaurant client that needs reels or shorts, you could create enough content for them every month. So you could create like 25 to 30 shorts per month and then price it at a price point that makes sense for you. Step 4 is to find editors that will be able to produce this content for you at a relatively low cost. Now, if you want to learn how to find an editor, you can click on this video right here. But in my case, we've been able to find editors who create content for under $100 per video. That's long form. For anything short form, we pay between $15 and $25 per video. And again, if you want a step-by-step guide of how to find these editors or where to find them and what to say to them, you could download the content automation engine down below. It will take you through the system step-by-step, building your team. You can start with one editor, work with them and then learn how to use this system. And then you could scale it out from there. It took a little bit for us to scale to $25,000 a month. It took about 6 months, but for you, it might be faster because you have everything laid out in the content automation engine. If you're really dedicated, you could probably get this off and running within a month. You could start small. Once you have your team, you can start reaching out to the clients that you already have or to new clients that you might want to work with. What I like to do when finding clients is I actually just like to look at my Instagram feed or my YouTube feed, because you yourself you're probably a consumer of content as well. And how I found my clients is I actually reached out to some of the people that I follow online. I actually have a template message down below that you guys can copy and paste, and you could start reaching out to people that you want to work with, right? Because the last thing you want is to find clients whose content you don't really care about. And that's not a recipe for success. For me, I really love sports and I really love creating videos. So when those two things came together, it was almost a match made in heaven. But for you, that might be different. That could be dog content. That could be cat content. It could be memes. It could be restaurant foodie content. I don't know what that is for you. It could be real estate. This probably could work really well in real estate. Yeah, step 5 is to reach out to your network with this template message. And so these are the steps that I would take to find clients who want this type of offering. What you're really selling them is time. Most business owners and coaches and even other content creators out there, they understand that creating content takes time, but they don't have the time to create the content. So again, this is where this product offering comes in. You're able to create the content at a very low cost, and they're able to post it and use it for their marketing and to get their brand out there. Now, we've been successful in doing this for a handful of clients. Start off with one client and see how this process works. This is probably the easiest side hustle you can do as a content creator. Now, I've gotten a lot of no's, but I've also got a bunch of yeses. You just need to get your reps in. Don't be afraid of, getting a no. The more practice you have, the better you will be at pitching this as a service. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, this system does take some time to set up, but for you, you could start off small. You start off with one client and see where that grows. And make sure that, you perfect that workflow with the editor and your client. And then you can scale out to having a virtual assistant that takes care of all the communications between your client and the video editors. I started doing this as a means to create more income when we had our second child, but now it's actually become our main hustle. And it's been great because I have more time to spend with my family, I have more time to focus on my health, I have more time for client relationships, thinking about new ways to create content for them. So if you're ready to take that step and to learn a new side hustle as a content creator, I encourage you to, download the content automation engine down below. The first 10 people who sign up for the system get it at an introductory price. We also have a free version, so if you want to take a look at that, but it also, the free version is actually all the other videos on my YouTube channel. If you want a step-by-step guide on how to execute this, download the content automation engine down below. And be on the lookout because we're also going to start a community. I have a handful of people that are using this system, and they would love to be able to be part of a forum-based community that can ask questions and, go over different scenarios, and we could all answer on the fly. So be on the lookout for the community. So if you want to learn how to find your first editor, click on the video that's coming up right now.